Welcome back to Building Character, where we figure out how to play as your favorite fictional characters in Dungeons & Dragons. Join the Patreon for this character sheet and a whole bunch more, and like and subscribe to go to the Olympics next time you play. Maybe. Today we're building Okoye, #1 guard to King T'Challa, and he's the Black Panther. It might make her job seem kinda redundant, but if a dude decked out in vibranium with super strength, senses, and speed says, hey, I need this normal human woman to defend me, that woman's gonna kick all kinds of ass. Let's start off with our goals for this build. First, we need to guard, which means protecting someone wearing an invincibility suit. Shouldn't be that hard, honestly. Reducing damage would be nice, but the best guard would stop anyone from getting to the king. So let's get methods to lock foes down. Finally, we need to touch the Grinch with a 39.5-foot pole. I'm saying I want reach. Also, everyone wants to disparage the Black Panther movie, says it's Lion King, but it's way more similar to the Grinch if the Grinch didn't have a change of heart and threw Cindy Lou Who off a cliff at some point. For stats, we'll use the point buy. Roll for stats if you want, just keep your multi-classing minimums in mind. Strength and Constitution go to 15. Those are the best stats for taking hits and hitting things. Both are important for Wakandan bouncers. Dexterity at 11 and everything else at 10. No member of the Dora Milaje can be bad at things, but they just really need to be good at playing keep away. And the other stats don't help much with keep away. Wakandans are humans, but they have better weapons. Well, better melee weapons. They really held on to melee combat considering they have laser turrets on their jet planes. Use the polearm master feat to be better with a melee weapon than the rest of the world, letting you make a bonus action attack with a glaive, halberd, quarterstaff, or spear that deals 1d4 and uses the same modifier as your normal attack. You can also make a opportunity attack against creatures when they move within your reach with a glaive, halberd, pike, quarterstaff, or spear. I do not know why the pike was only for the second part of the feat. That seems weird. So should you make her weapon a pike or a spear? Honestly, you have the strength to carry the both, so just carry both. Or javelins if you're really into those. Some people really are. I've never really seen the appeal, but that's probably why Okoye wants Wakanda in the Olympics. Bump your strength and constitution with your 2 free points. Take investigation for your skill of choice to keep an eye out for threats, and the soldier background for athletics and intimidation. It's a little basic. I'll be honest, this build isn't incredibly complicated. It's more focused on doing a few things to peak ability rather than getting a bunch of flashy fancy stuff. It's very in character. So let's start off as a fighter and grabbing 2 skills from the fighter list, like history and perception, to understand all that juicy Wakandan lore, and have higher passive perception to know when someone is sneaking up on the king. For your fighting style, we're actually not going for protection because that requires a shield, and Okoye blocks with a spear. We're also not going with great weapon fighting because even though she mostly uses a polearm, sometimes she uses her arms. For those, we need unarmed fighting, which will make your unarmed attacks deal 1d6 damage when you have 1 free hand, 1d8 when you have 2 free hands, and 1d4 to a creature you have grappled once per turn. Great weapon fighting makes fighting with a 2-handed weapon a little better, but unarmed fighting takes punch damage from 1 plus your strength modifier to 1d6 plus your strength modifier. It's way more of an upgrade. You also get second wind, letting you recover 1d10 plus your fighter level as a bonus action once per short rest. That's an hour-long lunch break. You think Wakanda is so advanced because of the vibranium, but it's actually because of how strong the unions are. The Dora Milaje Union, the Rhino Tamer Union, Holographic Shield Union, and of course, Cliff Waterfall Ladder People Union. In the Black Panther trial, there's people just sitting halfway up a cliff. Can't do that without the Cliff Waterfall Ladder People Union. Second level fighters get Action Surge, letting you make 2 actions in 1 turn once per short rest, giving you 2 big stabs in 1 round once we get bigger stabs, of course. First, we need to get defensive by hitting the 3rd level fighter and choosing Cavalier as our martial archetype. You get Unwavering Mark here, letting you mark a creature you hit with an attack, giving them disadvantage against creatures that aren't you. If they do manage to hit the king, that's bad news for them because you can make an extra attack against them as a bonus action that deals extra damage equal to half your fighter level. You can make this extra attack an amount of times per long rest equal to your strength modifier, but the disadvantage can pop as often as you like. You're also born to the saddle, giving you advantage on dexterity checks to stay on your mount. You're dating the head of the Rhino Tamer Union, though I think things might be a little rocky after the whole coup thing. Still, you'll get along great with rhinos with an extra skill like animal handling. They'll love you so much they're gonna stop mid-charge. Who doesn't love Okoye? Even rhinos love Okoye. 4th level fighters get an ability score improvement. Bump your strength for now to punish people more often and more severely when they attack your king. The Dora Milaje being such a strong union actually helps their relationship with their boss, investing your employees. Happier and healthier workers do better. 5th level fighters get an extra attack, letting you make 2 attacks with your action, up to 4 with an action surge, and 5 with bonus action from Polearm Master or Unwavering Mark. That's some rapid fire stabbing. 6th level fighters get another ability score improvement so you can max maximize your strength. It's a little weird that you're going to have higher strength than Black Panther because you didn't take any purple urple, but that's just how D&D goes sometimes. Bane is stronger than Superman. The Xenomorph is stronger than Goku. Welcome to D&D, where the stats are made up and the points don't matter. 7th level Cavaliers get Warding Maneuver, letting you protect a creature within 5 feet of you as a reaction. When they're attacked, you get to add a d8 to their AC, and even if the attack gets through, they have resistance to the damage. You have to be wielding a weapon, but hey, Okoye does that, so stick your stick out and the damage won't stick to your king. You have a number of uses of this equal to your Constitution modifier, so it's a good thing we capped off strength. Now we can start investing in Constitution with our plethora of other ability scores. 8th level fighters get another ability score improvement. Start working on your Constitution modifier. Not only does it boost your defensive prowess, but you also get more HP, 8 more at this point because it scales retroactively. It's basically 1 more hit. 9th level fighters get Indomitable, letting you reroll 1 failed saving throw once per long rest. So if your car gets blown up and you fail the dexterity save, reroll, catch your spear mid-air, and slide to safety. Pretty specific example, but I'm sure it's going to happen eventually. 10th level Cavaliers can Hold the Line, letting you hit creatures with an opportunity attack when they move within your reach, which you could already do with Polearm Master, but you can also reduce their movement speed to 0 when you hit them. It's kind of like Polearm Master and Sentinel feats put together, but without some key aspects of both. Trust me, the Polearm Master bonus action attack is going to be very worth it in a second. 11th level fighters get another extra attack, letting you make 3 attacks with your action, or up to 6 with an action surge, or 7 with a bonus action attack from one of your 2 options. Despite using a heavy weapon, Okoye spins that stick like a freaking helicopter blade. Obviously, that's the benefit of using super lightweight Vibranium. In stores now. 12th level fighters get another ability score improvement, letting you cap off your Constitution modifier for a maximum number of warding maneuvers and the safest king in the world. He was already the safest king. Vibranium armor will do that, but pairing it together with these things will make it absolutely silly. 13th level fighters get another use of Indomitable. Worth noting, you can even use this on death saving throws. This really is no place to die for you. T'Challa was a monk rogue multiclass. They don't get Indomitable. That's why he got snapped. 14th level fighters get another ability score improvement, and I think the best defense is a good offense. Taking the Great Weapon Master feat instead of the ability score improvement will let you take a -5 penalty to your attack roll to add 10 to the damage rolls of your attacks with heavy weapons for a massive +15 damage modifier on your speedy attacks and opportunity attacks as well. If assassins are dead, they can't attack the king. You can also make another attack as a bonus action if you critically hit with your action, which means that you don't have to use the D4 end of the back of your polearm. You can still use the nice D10 it's supposed to have. Though worth noting, using the D4 back end of the polearm is still using it to attack, so that huge +15 damage modifier is still an option even if you don't get a crit. 15th level Cavaliers get Ferocious Charger, letting you force a strength saving throw on a creature when you move 10 feet in their direction before you make your attack. Failing that, they're knocked prone, giving everyone advantage on melee attacks against them. T'Challa has sneak attack, so it's a really good combo. I know I'm bringing T'Challa up a lot, but Okoye is pretty attached to him. Also, I want to point out, it's super fun to roleplay a bodyguard character for another player's PC. I've done it, and it forms an instant connection between your characters. There's also a guaranteed moment where the quote-unquote noble character is going to risk themselves to protect the bodyguard because their friendship is so strong. And hey, it's a really great emotional moment mid-combat. Highly recommend. 16th level fighters get another ability score improvement or a feat. The Sentinel feat might seem a little redundant with Hold the Line, but there are some other notable pieces. First of all, you can attack creatures with an opportunity attack even when they're disengaging, and you can make opportunity attacks against creatures when they attack another creature within 5 feet of you. So now, if they hit T'Challa, you can hit them right away, and they won't get away if they try to run. 17th level fighters get another use of Action Surge and Indomitable for defensive and offensive abilities to make you the ultimate defender. Until the 18th level of Cavalier, where you become the even more ultimate defender with Vigilant Defender. That lets you make an opportunity attack on every enemy's turn, as long as you haven't already used your reaction on that enemy's turn. So, if 8 people surround T'Challa, that's 8 opportunity attacks. And even more if there are archers further out, also anyone who tries to run away. And you set their speed to 0, and can make them Great Weapon Master hits for a +15 damage modifier. Nobody's touching this king twice. 19th level fighters get another ability score improvement or feat. We're gonna grab the Resilient feat for dexterity to round up the score, and give you proficiency with the saving throws, a +7 shift in 1 level because we took it so late. But with Indomitable, that's another saving throw that's very easy to not fail and worth re-rolling. Our capstone is the 20th level fighter for another extra attack. That's 4 with your action, 8 with an action surge, a 9th with a bonus action attack from one of your ways to do that, and opportunity attacks anytime someone attacks your best pal or tries to leave one of the 24 spaces you threaten with reach. Now that we've hit level 20, let's figure out how viable this build is. First, you have a ton of attacks, and not just on your turn, on enemies' turns as well, with a +15 modifier to deal 9d10 plus 135 105 damage 2 rounds in a row with action surge, or around 190 with median rolls. I guess that last d10 should probably be a d4, but you get to use the normal die if you crit or if you're using Unwavering Mark. That's the next plus. You have so many ways to keep damage off your team, with Unwavering Mark to discourage enemies from attacking them, warding maneuver to raise their AC, or your reaction abilities to pin enemies down and stop them from getting to your friend anyway. Finally, you're very tough, over 200 HP, and presumably some heavy Wakandan armor for an 18 AC. For weaknesses, all the damage you deal isn't magical. Holy crap though, if you're playing a Wakandan type Guardian and your DM doesn't give you a magical weapon in the Vibranium City, that's bananas. You're also lacking in soft stats. You're not terrible at them, but a net 0 modifier on saving throws can be very dangerous late game. Finally, your best ranged option is throwing a javelin, which has a normal range of 30, so archers or flying foes could handle you pretty well if they're capable of keeping their distance. Thankfully, you're so good with opportunity attacks that you can dash in to close the distance and hit people when they try to run away. But I just stay close to the king, shore up the defenses, and pin anyone who would try to attack him. Just watch out for someone with magical ranged damage. They could be a problem if they're trying to get their claws on the throne. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe for more. We make 2 videos every week. Join the Patreon for this character sheet and a whole bunch more, and sub to Tulok and Mango for more Tulok fun.